is the type of car content you watch and you want to go work on your car right after.
They're a group of guys from a place that you would probably never expect. And they are building some absolutely crazy cars.
So today here at Martiniworks, we're bringing you a new series where we are checking out other YouTubers' cars, reviewing them and putting them on a little tier list. So let's get into it. All right, Giles, first car up is Bugi's E36.
Absolutely.
I feel like this car really solidified the channel. It was the most unfortunate thing that could happen, doing a little bit of sliding.
Yeah, but at the same time, probably the most fortunate. I mean, we're looking at a 7.7 million viewed video that kind of like debuted this,
yeah,
I'd say.
Super well deserved because this is an insane story and it's like such a feel-good thing. If you've seen NIGHTRIDE, you already know. If you haven't seen NIGHTRIDE, you need to watch this video because it's so inspirational and I think it shows what car enthusiasts are at its core.
Right.
But getting over the general stuff, looking at Bugi's E36 before it's crashed, my God, this thing is gorgeous, dude. It is a beautiful looking car. And you have a soft spot for E36s, don't you?
Yeah, I had one back in the day. It was not nearly as nice as this. Actually, it looks like it did when it crashed. That looks like my E36 actually. It had a lot of miles on it and I had to push start it everywhere. But yeah, I did like that car.
Unfortunately, it was crashed, but they came together and rebuilt the car in 2 weeks. I know Sam kept it at his house so that way Bugi's mom didn't know he crashed it. I don't know if, I'd assume she knows by now.
That is some guys sticking together.
But just the story alone gives this car so much credit because they built it, brought it back from the dead, did a ton of work. It was all the friends working together to get this car back on the road to bring it to a drift event that they already paid for. And it looks gorgeous again. Nowadays, because this was filmed 3 years ago, nowadays the car looks a bit different, still blue, different shade of blue, some different mods, got the headlight cover on it. I think it looks phenomenal and just the story of it is insane.
I'm gonna give you the car here.
Okay.
And I got this big old
We both gotta agree on this, and this is gonna be tough. We're planning on putting all of the YouTubers we review on here. We're gonna keep him on there, so he's gonna be going against some heavy hitters.
Hey, what happened to D?
Nobody gives a f about D.
All right, if it's below C, it fails.
Yeah.
All right.
S, A, B, C, F, all right? That's our tier list, makes it unique to Martiniworks. So, Giles, let's discuss where do you think this should go?
If anything, I might want to put it in A.
A? I think that's fair. Let's go A tier on it.
I'm good with that.
There you go, Bugi.
Up next, we got the V8 Mazda Miata.
We have Sam's Miata, and this thing is wild. Now, this one's a little more beat on, even more so than the last car. It's rough, but as of recently, he kind of brought some life back into it. He painted it himself, which I thought was super dope. He also put a new kit on it, which really put a ton of life into this car. Now, this is a tough one because obviously it's not like the most mint Miata in the world, but it's good. I don't want it to be. It looks so dope. Like, I love its rough edges. I like the black look on it where he painted it. Yeah, it's just a mean looking car, and that's saying a lot for a Miata, you know? With that different front bumper on it, it took the smile away and made it more of a frown.
It's an angry Miata.
It's an angry Miata. Got vertical doors on it. What do you think of that?
I love it. It's like there is a category of cars that can pull off vertical doors or Lambo doors or whatever you want to call it. It is drift cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that
agree
is so
completely,
sick.
actually.
Like, there's nothing more like dope than someone rolling into the pits and then just pop the door open.
It's so unnecessary, but so much style.
It's sick. Yeah, I do love this thing. But dude, a V8 and Miata, that's gnarly.
It is gnarly.
That's a lot of engine for not a lot of car.
This one, I am gonna take some weight just because she's rough around the edges. She drips a bit of oil. I'm knowing this. Don't kill us, all right? I get that it's a drift car. I get what it does. And the fact that it's not in F tier is saying a lot because there's a lot of beat up Miatas. This one is done so right. The kit looks dope. The hood vents that are on there that make it aggressive, making it all blacked out. The wheel fitment, dude. It looks so dang good.
I know she's a little rough, but it's not bad. There's some wide wheels on them.
It's low, it's wide. It's just a Miata drift car.
I love also that their shop has like the gnarliest like entrance to get in for these
course, it's like a rule of thumb that if you have a lowered car, wherever you bring it needs to have a terrible entrance. All right, why don't you grab it and let's give it a rate. Okay, so Miata, now using the E36 as a reference. Oof.
It's tough because like that sets the tone.
All right, we're big boys. We can't really fit in a Miata.
That's true.
And big boys starts with B.
That is true. So here's the thing. If I were to go between both of them, if I were to choose one,
Yeah.
I would choose the E36.
I think I would too. No, wait! But I probably fit better in an E36.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh man, we're doing it. Okay, all right. Next up, this is the doozy.
I don't even know what to call
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you call it.
Yeah.
You call it Kevin. So if you don't know Kevin, you're in for the biggest treat of your life.
You're about to know Kevin. You're about to fall in love with Kevin.
If you do know Kevin, you're sitting there going, yeah,
Like, why didn't we start with this?
Yeah.
Seeing where.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So if you didn't know, Kevin is a Daihatsu Spar car, and he started his life, you know, it was stock engine and everything like that, but they're like, we want to make this thing dope. So they pulled a lot of it apart, cleaned her up, did some different aftermarket parts, wider wheels, some lips, some stickers, and kind of made it like a stanced out K-truck in a way. The cool thing was people were fucking with it so much before it went absolutely insane.
So for them to even go to the extent that they did, for those of you who don't know, it'd sound really cool to like maybe put like a motorcycle engine in a small vehicle.
Yeah, we all know like the Hayabusa in a smart car type deal.
We've had a guy up in Wisconsin put a snowmobile engine in an RX-7 before.
Yeah.
So it's like we're about. They just went full balls to the wall and said, what if we just put the whole motorcycle in it?
And I was thinking about it's such a good idea. It's so cool. It looks so cool that there's a bike in there, and not only is it in there,
the sides open,
but it's powering this damn thing. So it's a 600cc Yamaha, I believe FZR 600. I think that's the bike that's in there, and it's almost ran like a go-kart. Like the rear has the sprocket connected to the axle with a chain.
Yeah, it looks very rudimentary.
Yeah, but it's such a cool idea to me. So yeah, they had what was it? Before it had push rod suspension in it, which was really unique. They were just like, it's gonna get in the way of the bike. So it doesn't really have much for suspension now, but it is a ripper. They have some videos of taking it out and test driving it for the first time. And dude, this is one of the most unique builds I've ever seen, and it's executed so well.
This is, you know, when people say, man, I just want to do something different. This is not even on the radar of something different.
Yeah.
Like, this is next
And I love it. I love cars. I love bikes, and they literally did
just with no
in the best way possible. No Kiv. Permanently. Dude, like just the idea of this is so cool. So many, like you said, so many people would think to swap an engine into it, but not swap a bike into it.
I remember when I first started like seeing like when they were doing all of this originally, and I saw the first pictures and stuff, and the bike was in the back. I was like, oh, cool, they're making like a really dope bike hauler.
Yeah, sort of.
Well, yeah. So just to see what they've been able to like manage to do with this is
and what's cool too is the NIGHTRIDE guys have always said, like, in a way, I'm gonna paraphrase here, it's not exact quote, but it was just like, we don't really know what we're doing, we're just going and doing it. And I think this is such a cool idea, because like I feel like so many people be like, no, like don't do that, you can't do that.
It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be difficult,
dude, it turned out so cool. And like overall aesthetically, I just think it looks awesome. The bike was originally white, they transferred over to red fairings to match Kevin, that they also painted. If you didn't know, it was green, then they had someone paint it and it turned out orange. Luckily, the guy that painted it was really cool, and he's like, hey, I'll fix it. They wanted red. They specifically wanted this red. They got it that red. And to match the bike to it, like overall, I love the aesthetic of Kevin. I think it's so cool. Like there's not much that goes harder for rolling shots than this thing.
Dude, no, for real.
And then to see the exhaust from the bike go out the
the fabrication that has gone into this is just what blows my mind. It's like, because I look at it, it's like, you know, my extent right now comes to bolt-on parts and maybe cutting a few things if needed. Right. When you're talking about fabbing up what they had to do,
it's a whole nother level.
How do you even go about?
They just go for it, dude. They just go for it.
And you have to.
It's so sick. So I think I'm ready to give this a rating, because I think there's only one rating you could give this.
Yep.
A K for Kevin.
K for Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
This is S tier. I think we both can say that with confidence. Other YouTubers, like Kevin, setting the standard now. Yeah, but what do you guys rate these cars? Make sure to let us know down below. And if there's a YouTuber you want us to rate, make sure to do that. If you guys haven't checked out NIGHTRIDE, you are missing out on one of the best automotive YouTube channels out there. Maybe YouTube channels, I'll just say YouTube channels, because they do such a good job. Those guys are killer over there. I'd love to hang out with them one day. Make sure to comment below, and if you need to mod your car, make sure to mod your car at Martiniworks.
I mean, Poland, kind of like Wisconsin.
It is kind of.
We get along.
It's like alternate universe, Wisconsin.